starring people I haven't heard of, but hey, they're doing their thing. Cool. So, you know the story of Aladdin. It's the same as the old one. Boy needs to go and get this lamp. He gets a genie friend, helps him become prince, get the girl. Alright, cool. Does this movie have problems?
You want me to just get started? Because I was giving you the chance to give it the goods before I really delve into the bads. I don't want this to be the Sean bashes this movie session. The reason we're doing this... Yeah, I know. The reason we're doing this is because the channel almost started because of this goddamn movie.
You're absolutely right.
Because on one side, people hate this film. Mainly critics hate this film. On the other hand, some people really like the character of this film. Tends to be the audience. The audience tends to like this film. And we have divided ourselves into those two camps. Like, look, there's no, not spoiler warning for the movie, but spoiler warning for this review. I hated it, alright?
Oh!
And I assume...
I don't hate it!
This is just going to turn into me ranting.
That's
so
okay. That's
nice.
fun. Okay,
you say something nice.
The girl who plays Jasmine can actually sing.
I will say, Naomi Scott is a fantastic part of this film.
I like her better than the original Jasmine.
Actually, yes. She actually gives Jasmine some good qualities, actually. Mm-hmm. She even has a phenomenal voice. And
very great singing voice. Very great.
I mean, I'll get into...
yeah. I have a problem with singing their Disney remakes, too. I think we both agree on some things.
Yes, we do. I was just going to say, I'm not going to get into the bad part of this part I'm about to bring up, but her song... she put a lot of emotion into it.
She did.
A lot.
She has good ranges and she did some grumbles and it's just...
Yes, and I can definitely praise her.
I love the way she sings.
Yes, honestly.
But I think you and I probably have the same feeling.
Well, you say it just to be safe.
I don't like the song. It doesn't need to be there. I'm all cool for women empowerment. I believe men and women should be treated as equals. The movie says they should be treated as equals, and I agree. But this was obviously one of those moments where the woman in the movie needs to have that woman moment. You know what I mean? Where it's like, look at me, I'm strong. And I'm okay with having that if you build up to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very
If it showed her struggling more with this and having small little victories than having that big moment, that would have been better, but it literally just came out of nowhere.
It's very forced. It's clear that they were trying to make this like another Let It Go moment.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's been doing that ever since Let It Go came out.
Yes.
They did it with this. They did it with Moana.
They did it with Frozen 2.
They did it with Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have that powerful like
the empowerment song.
And here you could literally cut it out and the whole movie would not change. I'm being serious.
Now Aladdin, he did some good Aladdins. He did some good Aladdins, but smug, very smug, but also singing. I don't see why people can't just have a singing double. That's what they... Like, in all seriousness, like, if you can't sing, just do a tryout. Wow, he did it! We're using your voice. You know what? We have to use too much auto-tune. Well, let's get a double. You know, no. If you're an actor, you're an actor. If you're a singer, you're a singer. If you can do both, you can do both. It doesn't matter. Just make sure get a better product as opposed to just doing the guy like, oh, he's doing his own singing. I don't care.
The huge part of this, honestly, is the casting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they could do that, but like they could also cast it to find someone that could do both.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, exactly. You could do that.
They clearly, it's like something went weird in casting because they chose people that didn't necessarily match. Like Aladdin, he's not a good Aladdin. And yeah, get a singing double, but it's clear that they're trying to push these actors. I don't know if he's an actor that has like
a lot of roles under his belt,
or like if he's like popular with a demographic or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's people like that. I haven't heard of this guy, and this is my first introduction to him, and I don't like him. Other thing is Jafar. A lot of people do have a problem with him. Honestly, I don't have that big of a problem with him if I'm seeing it as just the movie.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's not one of those intimidating types of people. He's very, like, I think it would have worked better if he was, like, he put a lot of passion into it.
Yeah.
He did. But it's like, it's clear he doesn't have that demeanor of what they want his character to be. Like, he's that aggressive, like, do what I say. I need to be first in power, you know? He would be a better Jafar if he was a really subtle, conniving kind of character. Something else nice. Go.
Okay. She can sing so good.
We already used that one.
When Will Smith is Will Smithing, he's very fun.
When he's Robin Williamsing, which they're clearly, once again, identity crisis. We have to have the Robin Williamsism.
Now, here's
it
one
doesn't
thing.
work.
Whoever was cast Genie was going to get hate because Robin was this first.
Yes.
Now, here's what we have to think. The Genie was already a character before Robin was even cast.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams did the character of the Genie and did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, you could tell they told him do a little bit of that.
Yes.
You could tell they told him because there's a lot of scenes where Will Smith takes the character.
Yes.
And Will Smith's it, which work. You could tell because they are different genies, but you could tell when one's like, just do that. You could tell someone did that because I know Will Smith is a great actor, very charismatic. He can do his own thing, and he does.
Yes.
Good Will Smith.
Yeah. No, his whole romance with the handmaiden or whatever
was fun.
It's very well done, actually. Like, I was actually like, that was one of the more enjoyable parts of the movie.
Why wouldn't they get Aladdin and Jasmine?
Huh? Yeah, no, exactly. I'm going to say it's because of Aladdin. Because not wrong with Jasmine, her character was fine. It's just, it really, the real meat of this movie, or all the quality is Will Smith, Naomi Scott, and Princess Handmaiden Girl. I don't know her name.
The girl from Mad TV.
Is she from Mad TV?
She was on Mad TV.
She's pretty good. No, she does a really good job.
One thing I like about this one, they made the Sultan competent because he is a leader. So if you had a bumbling idiot as a leader, no, but I think we can talk about one thing that everyone has already spoken about before in reviews, and the people in this movie have talked about so many times. Sharabat. I want to go see Sharabat.
That's one of those things, the identity crisis. They tried to make it, like, they try to give it a diplomatic edge, you know what I mean? Like, let's not make it just a standard Disney flick, let's, like, put in a bit of diplomacy in there to really drive home.
Because that worked with, because people love seeing Senate meetings in Episode 1 of Star Wars.
I'll be honest, when I was watching this movie, I kept thinking about Attack of the Clones. I'm not kidding. Aladdin and Jasmine. Anakin Padme.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't get it out of my head. It was the same shit. I think he just had a moment. The light click, right? The problem here, and this is why I'm very upset with the movie. In the original, well, I know I'm comparing. In the original, there's a lot to it. There's romance. There's magic.
More importantly, build up.
In this movie, it seems like it's a love story with complicated things on the wrap, like the edges. You know what I mean? It's mainly the romance between Aladdin and Naomi now. I used the word wrong.
Jasmine.
Yes. It's clearly because they're putting so many scenes into it. And if that doesn't work, which it doesn't, I didn't feel for them.
I didn't at all.
The movie doesn't work then if you're focusing on that.
I hate the whole one jump song. I hate in this movie.
Yes, it's bad.
It's bad. Even remake aside, I hate the speed up and slow downs they do.
It's that's why there's so many design choices. Why?
There's one thing that live action movies do bad when they're remaking animated movies. Animated movies work in the unbelievable because they are unbelievable. They're not real. When you try to do weird things in a live action, that's when it starts taking you out of it. So I would be okay with Aladdin doing flips and all this stuff, and then boom, hey, whoa, I'm acrobatic. That's cool because no one can actually do maybe some certain things. But there's some things where it's just like the speed of slow downs, and it's weird because when they do slow it down, their lips are still in the right time.
Yes.
Which means they had to at least have sped up the song when they were filming it so lips could be at the same time. So when they slow it down, it could be in real time with the song. And I have a problem with it.
Yes, it's irking.
And then there's one part where it's like, take that! It's like, it'd be better to say, take that! And it's like, you usually say that after you do something, not for.
It's too, like, it's oddly just so worried about still being, like, what the animation is.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I liked the Jungle Book remake. I don't know if we talked about it on the channel. I think we did. I really liked it. But they basically made it, because there's a lot of songs in the original animation. They took that out or really changed the songs to match the tone.
My favorite one is Bare Necessities, what they do with that.
Yeah, it's cool how they do it. It makes you feel in the world. Contextually, it makes sense. And here they didn't worry about that. They were like, no, we have to have the song. we gotta put the song in.
Yeah.
Should we change it? Nah. I mean, they'll change lyrics here or there, which I like after that first song, the one jump ahead.
Yeah.
Like they didn't change lyrics
No.
here and there, and that pissed me off because once again, not referring to the original yet. On its own terms, a lot of the stuff doesn't even make sense.
It's very weird.
Yeah, because like if you have no knowledge of the original movie, they
It's
will
weird.
say things and sing things that were in the film in the original but aren't here, and you're just like, so what is he referring to then?
Mm-hmm.
You're not referring to anything. It's there because it was in the original song, but you can't judge this movie on its own in that way. You know what I'm saying? It was so aggravating when it's such a lapse of basic screenwriting. Michael.
We're only in the first scene.
I would say it's just the one thing I can give this film is it was definitely ambitious. The one thing I do obviously critique Lion King for is they didn't want to take any risks.
No, not at all.
In
None
this one,
at all.
they clearly did try to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
They really did do some interesting ideas. It's just a lot of them for me at least didn't work. It's just, but they at least had that decency to do that because it is not shot. They even shuffle scenes around.
Yeah, and there are like some fun moments in there. You know,
Yes.
it's not all just like the whole time, but
There are a lot of fun moments.
there are a lot of fun moments. Just there should be more.
Yeah. It takes everything that made the original special and then just changes it to make it just actually bad. I don't know if you know where I'm getting at
One
here.
thing I would like to do was be introduced to the Cave of Wonders.
Yes! The whole Cave of Wonder sequence. One of the most iconic scenes in the whole fucking thing. I'm ignoring this because in the context of the remake, sure. You know, it does its job.
It's
You
just-
know
it's
what
just
it is.
A line carved into the side of a cave.
You get the idea. It does its
Cool.
job.
It's live action.
But it's criminal how they remade it. It's like it devolves this amazing sequence, and they don't even give it dialogue. They just 5 to 10 seconds. Are you serious?
I would have loved to see Jafar's lair. Another
Yes!
thing, I would have loved to see Aladdin in prison with Jafar too, disguised as the old man.
Yes. All of the
That
character
would've
is
been cool.
gone.
I would love to see people talk on screen and have them still talk instead of just being cut somewhere else while they're talking.
Lion King at least kept the character. They took it out here. All the romance between Aladdin and Jasmine is moot. Even the scenes where Aladdin's trying to figure out if he wants to be a prince or if he wants to be his own self. Like, they even take, like, the whole thing with the genie was he was supposed to be that guiding light, that be yourself.
Yeah.
And in this, he's just like, he's just along for the ride.
Yeah.
It's Aladdin just deciding what to do. They do scenes where they kind of fuck up Aladdin's own character because the whole point of his character is, man, that she was amazing, but I'm no good for her. And it's him battling with that idea.
Yeah.
And in this movie, he's like, kind of conniving. That dynamic is gone. It's gone.
There's no ice cream cone in the clouds in Whole New World.
No! And it's so insulting because they take all these amazing moments from the original and just scrap all of it, basically. Like, what's left from the original that's just as impactful in this
Their
film?
names are spelled the same.
This movie's pointless, dude. It's so fucking pointless. All it does is piss me off because I can think of what could have been.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to trigger your imagination. So
Yeah.
thank you, Aladdin, for helping us inspire ourselves. Just trying to give you getting on a high note. Kind of like Aladdin.
Here's your high
A
note.
whole new world.
Look at how high this note is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a Tails.
Yeah, I'm tails on this one too.
Really? No, I was genuinely curious to know what you were gonna say.
Like, I don't hate it as much as you do, just because I know Disney remakes are going to happen, and I know they're not going to be as good as the originals, and I know they're not going to take cartoon and translate to reality very well at all, because money. But I don't hate it.
No war. We both did Tails. I'm sorry.
No more.
I'm sorry.
I had a feeling he would not like it, but now he can say he hates it after seeing it.
And you can still like it. I'm defeated, dude.
Kamehame, stop! it's an hour longer with less stuff in it.
Is that a good thing?
No, I just don't. It's confusing. How do you do it? How do you make your remakes longer and yet take out some good parts? Like, how do they do that though? Seriously.